repetition after repetition every day. But I just wanna start a fire, burning up all of the bridges that are in my way, fulfilling all of my desires. Wait, my selfish masquerade won't bring me grace. My stupid dedication runs my life. This is not a paradise. I get knocked down and I'm paralyzed. And lately I've been terrified, but I won't drown by my own device. I'm losing sight. A lot, not a little. It's true, I'm fine, but I'm lost in the rhythm. Revelation after revelation I've survived. No, I just wanna go higher, learn enough from all the people that are in my life. I'll never wait to be inspired. Shame, we oversaturate our tiny brains with useless complications all the time. This is not a paradise. I get knocked down and I'm paralyzed. And lately I've been terrified, but I won't drown by my own device. I'm losing sight. A lot, not a little. It's true, I'm fine, but I'm lost in the rhythm. I'm lost in the rhythm. I'm lost in the rhythm. Sad today. Oh, I'm sad today. What kind of world did we create? What kind of world did we create? This is not a paradise. I get knocked down and I'm paralyzed. And lately I've been terrified, but I won't drown by my own device. I'm losing sight. A lot, not a little. It's true, I'm fine, but I'm lost in the rhythm.
I let my guard down, but you get so dramatic. I can't mess up, you won't forget it like it's photographic. And if we fall out, I'm not sure if I'll manage. I think I'm codependent, won't tell you that's oversharing. I wish I could tell you why I'm mad, but I don't want you finding more red flags. And I know I can't open up my bed. I can't write a love song, and when I try it feels wrong. Fill my lungs so I can feel a thing. Haven't slept in days, my eyes peeled open from adrenaline. I wish I could be your sedative. How could I repair us? I can put together sentences. I'll try to fix things by myself, by emulating someone else. I can't admit when I need help, but I will when it's over. I'll be waiting by the edge of what I was built on, contemplating if I let us go on too long. Why even try to waste my time? Still don't understand my mind. How can I be in your life if I can't control? I let my guard down, but you get so dramatic. I can't mess up, you won't forget it like it's photographic. And if we fall out, I'm not sure if I'll manage. I think I'm codependent, won't tell you that's oversharing. I wish I could tell you why I'm mad, but I don't want you finding more red flags. And I know I can't open up my bed. I can't write a love song, and when I try it feels wrong.
It's so hard to breathe sometimes. Laying here, I feel like there's a knife in my chest. Been so long, my tears went dry. Suffocating from the weight of what's in my head. You were so close, but too far away.
Alright, welcome back everybody. So We are in our new, whatchamacallit, our new, pressure map series, and working on getting things going here. Let's get that into 1x speed. Alright, so what we have decided to do, or what I decided to do before I started recording and whatnot, is we added a couple more little beaver incubators. I added the medium tank here because, one, we're trying to build up water and those were already empty, so didn't mean a whole lot to me. Last episode we did get this built. We are waiting for our bomb to blow up, so hopefully we can figure that out and it doesn't really damage our wall and it just blows up this little section here. What's up? I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah, so we're gonna build this up, hopefully get that going, and then eventually once we get this built, the wall built, we'll come over here and then build that up so that then eventually I can come into here and make this kind of a farmland type thing going on. So that is the eventual long-term goal. Oh, and then I forgot about this. I did build this up because eventually we are going to need it and get that kind of set up so that one, bad water doesn't flow this way, because I believe we'll have a problem over here, and I don't remember exactly what it is, but we'll eventually have a problem over here. So presetting it, getting it going to where this will be built, and then life will be a little bit better. So a couple of things that we're going to be working on the stream. One, getting this number down so that we can actually have a functioning society. That seems to be somewhat important. We'll put that at neutral. Maybe we'll bump that down to 1. So then we can get these jobs going. We have enough science for the time being, so we shouldn't really have to worry about that. But we'll kick it into 3x speed so we actually get somewhere in this. Food, blueberries looking okay. Alright, so we can work on that and figure that out. Core is about to blow up. Workers, alright, so I have a few things going on here. These guys are also working on getting that. I'm not putting too much time into the gears. We need 5 more, so might as well play that. Hopefully we can get that going. Yeah, I have my doubts. But yeah, so if you remember the last episode we did, or at the end of the last episode, we did drop a lot of beavers and we got probably a lot of deaths and whatnot because of this wall not being fully built. So hopefully we can bounce back. We should be able to bounce back. We don't have any bad karma coming this way. I think the next one might be this, but we're already kind of in that point of starting to spread over here. I'm just going to have to block this up so that, one, water will actually flow into our little cove over here. Or at least that's the idea, hopefully. I'd hate for that not to happen in that way. Oh, man. I'd rather you guys did this, and if I have to build a road over here, then I will, because actually just to make sure that nothing bad happens, I want to cancel all this because that may turn into a bad situation for us. So let's forget that for the time being, and we will focus on getting this built. How are we doing on logs? Logs not too bad. Alright, so logs didn't really hurt us. Alright, we got the bomb going. Alright, I can deal with that. Alright, just so we don't have too much extra that we have to put into this, I'm going to kind of build it further inward. Oh yay, look at us, a drought. Good thing we don't have anything to worry about. Bomb blew up, and then we have, oh, I guess path connection is important. Alright, so we'll get this going. That'll get us set up for the future. Going to slowly build up our population, and then we're just going to kind of let it ride. How many gears do we have? We have 4, we need 5. We'll slightly elevate that. Alright. 14 open beds. I don't need metal at this current point in time, so we'll pause that. Why did that happen? There we go. Alright, so we're going to pause the metal maker just for the time being. One, because I don't need extra metal. We almost have 50 of it. So I'm not too terribly worried about that. We have that. So we can set this to demolish. And this to demolish. This is going to have the higher priority. This will have slightly more high priority. And then that's obvious. Oh wait, that's a step down. All right. So I could have demolished that a while back. Alright, elevate that one, demolish this one, set that at medium priority. Alright, we got this tank built, so we are now collecting extra wood. We'll get that out of the way. Alright. We got beavers working. Do we have... how many wood collectors do we have over here? Don't have you. We have 1. That's not what I wanted. Just because we have a lot of buildings going on here, I'm going to let this kind of roll. Start pathing that out. And this is all in the hopes of actually getting to our remade destination over here. Alright, let's... oops, wrong button. Alright, yeah. So I'm going to path this out real quick. Wait a minute. I'm actually going to make this a little bit better. There we go. Alright, now I'll staircase that down. That's 3, so we can go just like that. There we go. I think, oh no, we need one more. All right, now we should be able to use this. Oh, that's not annoying. There we go. Nope, not what I want. Alright, we'll get the builders going on that just so we can actually... That's going to need a lot of plankage. Alright. Let's save some of our water just a little bit. And then we can actually play this. How many days? We got 6 days. Let's pause you. And then hopefully we can get some... Do we have haulers? No, we do not. Let's not prioritize that by haulers, and hopefully we can get maybe the builders in there. And they will then... I would say we don't need them, but we do need the foresters just because we're going to be cutting down trees, and I'd like them to be replanted. Just so that we can keep that flow going. Oh, look at that. We almost have this completely blocked off. Demolish that, high priority. And then we'll set that to medium. Oh, wait a minute. Do we have... This would be an excellent place to actually build this. Once again, using more planks than probably what is wise. But if we put a bad water pump here, flip that around. Then we'll be able to make an actual, where is it, storage. Bad water. And the end goal of that is basically to, one, this will be pumping, get us the bad water, then eventually we will be able to then, I'm going to go ahead and unlock this and this one. And then the eventual goal is to actually get bad, oh my gosh, think, horse, think, TNT, have this come out this way into this little valley. Let's check out where this hole goes. Eventually it goes to where we don't want it to necessarily go. So what would probably be in our best interest is to maybe come in here and block this off. Ooh, we're having a farming issue. Robbie's. Yeah, that's probably due to like everybody dying. If I'm being honest. But I need to get to a point where we actually have a metal factory going. How are we doing on food? Yeah, we're in a buttload of hurt. You're doing what you need to do. We got one there, got one there. Oh, well, that's fantastic. Alright, we got 8 days until you have problems. I really wish we could set this up to where actual people would come in and start pumping. Because that would help everybody out. Not that we have the personnel for this, but having... Do I seriously need to open up another... I wouldn't think that 4 beavers would need to be needed for this, but at the same time I'm having my doubts. Let's pause all 3 of you. You guys go find different jobs. And we'll get them actually working. That will help down here. Get these guys, get another group going for this. Where are we at? We're at 34 for those. 98. We're about to be in a better place for this. We just have to be a little bit of patience. But yeah, our best option would be to get a drought and get this wall built. And then I'm not even sure, but I think there's a way that we can actually get water in there. Now, from my previous playthrough, my idea for this, as we get up close and personal, how many is this? Is 2. So when we finally eventually get over here, my idea is going to be to build one of these like right here. No, a sluice right here, and then we will be able to keep water in there, because I'll put the floodgate things at the other end. Let's get all these beavers going again. And then we're going to wait just a tiny second. So we have 6 open jobs because 10 of them are for this. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. I thought that was a lot worse. But it turns out it is not too shameful. And then I'm going to leave this closed for the time being, just so that when this, giving this little pond area just a tiny second to fill up so that we don't have a massive problem in that department. And then we'll be able to, start filling this up. I would like to get somewhere else where we can actually grow water. Not grow water, but you get it. But yeah, that's my eventual idea, is to block this off. So when we block this off, all this will become good water. We can kind of start a little bit of a somewhat grove over here. Alright, we can drop this down to 7. That'll release power over here. We'll start moving some wood. Let's do this, play him, see if we can get someone in there to kind of regrow some of these blueberries, because this is going to be important for us to keep that going. Yeah, right now farming is probably the most important thing that we got, because for whatever reason these beavers just suck at farming. They have no hope of growing without the farming part. So yeah, we're going to need to keep an eye on them for that and double down as much as humanly possible. We also need to get to a point where we're growing a little bit of better food. But I do want these to be started. Let's get down over here. We have canola. Let's kind of get a small range of corn going. I'm assuming. Dang, I didn't even mean to. That was perfect. That was just enough space to grow that. Yeah, we're going to grow corn, get that going, so we can take advantage of that. Is all of our logs full? Where are you at? That could be a problem. Alright, let's go storage. How do I want to do this? For the time being, we will put one right here. Because I didn't realize that we were full on that. And since we're full on that, we might as well get that going so that we're able to cut down more of these trees. Alright. Alright, started to work on that. That's nice. Oh, I thought that part was built. I was like, how did you guys do that? Did you just float across? Yeah. Alright. Let's max prioritize that just so we have that done. 92 on that one, so that'll be ready. No big booms yet. So, still waiting on the big boom. Where's this? Okay, this is coming from that. That flows into there. See, it's things like that that you just question why the makers did what they did. Forcing us to expand in great numbers. Oh. That's just fantastic. Make sure we deal with that effectively. And hopefully not all this stuff died. Canola oil I can, or the canolas I'm fine with because I'm pretty sure we've filled that up. So, not to worry there. Alright, almost done over here. You guys are pumping water, which I need. I don't think I have any more room for metal. So, for right now, we'll do that. I don't need metal. We have 17 jobs, which means 17 jobs are open. I don't need you anymore because those have been planted. We are going to exit all those. Let's destroy these, yes. And then duplicate this big bad boy. And then put a high priority on that. Just so we make sure that we're actually getting water. Or at least growing our water storage, because that would be exceedingly important. Gears, we should have enough. Planks, we are on the low side. Still waiting to build this up. Storage. Where are you? Corn. But our food's bounced back, which is nice, and I do appreciate that because we do need food. Alright, so we finally reached way the heck over here. And that's going to be amazing because, like I said, if we can get this built and then a drought comes along, we'll be in a great position because of all this will drain out. And then once that's drained out, then we can work on actually getting down here and building some sort of reservoir of some portion. I wish we could go backwards and fill this up, but that would take a lot. I mean, what we could do is once we get this kind of set up, we could block this off, or not block this off, but then we could TNT through here. Let me open up a building schematic. TNT through here, TNT along this edge and then start filling up what's already here and available to us. And then that should, theoretically at least, make everything livable. So that'll be an interesting plan, and a plan that, I mean, for the most part, we'll try to accomplish. Alright, we can hold 1,300 water. That should be sufficient enough to hold everybody, or at least maintain everybody. Let's go to housing. That fits perfectly right there, because we're going to need that in a second. I'll put that right there. Alright, there we go. Is this already full? Holy cow. That's actually quite impressive. Alright, we're almost done with this one. We are traveling great distances to build up all of this, which is also taking a lot of planks. That'll be problems. But yeah, I want to, like I said, we're slowly building. This is going to take a minute. I wish it wasn't, but it'll take a minute because population. We get all 10 of these beavers built, grown, whatever. And then Gamgee needs to kick the bucket. Hopefully he'll do that pretty soon. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4 beavers about to join the workforce. So yeah, that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is we have a lot of beavers die. That was an issue. And then we paused our birthing experiments, I guess is how one way of phrasing that. Yeah, that fits great right there. And construction, we just need that on higher priority. Ooh, a bad tide. We haven't had one of those in a minute. So that'll be interesting. I'm glad we get to experience that together. We didn't get to experience that together. Man, life would be much different. Oh, which means this is going to be a raging butthole over here. No beavers in there yet. Alright, so we need 4 jobs. 4 jobs are what we need. And then plus we can fill this one up, and then we can fill this one up. So 4 jobs is what we need for right now. That will kind of help our situation out in the slightest. Apparently I'm too fat for my chair. My chair says you way too much. Alright, prioritize. We're gonna have you prioritize corn. You prioritize Robbies. So when there's corn to be grown or whatever, actually it would probably be in our best interest to get that up and running. Only beaver building that. Couple of only built beavers over here. How are we doing on planks? Not too bad. Not too shabby. Alright, there we go. Now we can accept corn from them. They're not full. 28 out of 50. Dang. Who am I kidding? They were nowhere near close to being full. Do I want to? Do I dare? I think I do dare. I think I do dare. And I think I also dare with one of these. Making that planks. Pause, pause, and pause. And open that sucker up all the live long way. Oh, that's only a day? That's nothing. That's easy peasy. Won't even feel it. We might not even get any water. Or at least any bad water. Alright. What we need is a drought. Like, that would be beneficial, is getting a drought. But the fact that we're still alive, I mean, kudos to us, right? We've survived the worst that humanity has to offer us and throw at us, so can't be all that bad. I want to rewatch this. We're going to play these guys. Not that really affected them all that much, but I'm going to watch this, kind of get some of this red sludge out of here. That's what I think the worst part is the aftermath, because it takes so long for it to actually come up. It's when the aftermath comes that really gives us that problem of, oh, this kind of sucks. Probably not. I guess the most ingenious idea is to have the water pumps on. Oh, yay, an unstable core. What do we have here? Alright, so this is gonna blow all this junk up. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We are going to try to make it down in here. To then actually save these beavers. I don't know how well this is going to work out, but you get the idea. Alright, quick discussion time. That was a 3. Then we'll do a 2. And a 1. And that should get us to the bottom. Alright, let's take a closer look at this masterpiece. Alright. Oops. I don't think we got all the way down there. We can actually get... Actually, no, I'm gonna leave that for the time being. And then we're gonna come in with... these. Now, I don't know if this is going to work in all stretch of my imagination, but it is a good idea. Because even if this doesn't work, I do want to reblock this up. And, well, you gotta figure everything else out. Alright, so we are going to Indiana Jones this real quick. Yeah, it'd be easier if we had pathways. Or like bendable pathways. The whole very sharp right angle thing kind of is a little an overstatement to some degree. Alright, how do we get all of this junk to turn blue? I guess that'll work. I don't really know. Well, I mean, who at this point knows? I'd rather have you guys going than my science. 4 beavers working on saving the known beaver world. Be very interesting to see if we actually accomplish this. I will say that. I will be very, very interested. I can't fit one there, but it would be nice. Trees. Let's get that going. I'm going to need a place to put more of these tanks. And preferably, I'd like to make them closer to home. So, storage. Eventually, one day, this button will be a natural thing. Until then, it is not. So, deal with that. Oh, let's get a staircase down there. Eight days, we're bumping up work times because I want happy thoughts. Haven't done anything with that. That's not important. Slightly important. One that will help us kind of with our log situation, because I feel like at this current point in time we are trying to do everything in our power to stuff a log somewhere. And stuffing a log somewhere just doesn't really help you when there's really no place to stuff it. Alright, we're about to be full on that. Let's get one more. Food, we would need the... Oh, we don't. That straight up just makes the good stuff. Alright, I don't even need canola oil. Not yet, anyway. What does this do? Okay, that makes that. There we go. Put that down the line. We got 4 jobs. We'll bump that up to whatever, so we have 6 extra. That will work. Into the pit of doom we go. Like I said, I have no idea if those planks are actually going to work or going to help us out. Like, I have my hopes and all that fun jazz, but in the reality of the situation, I have absolutely no idea how well that's going to pan out for us. We will do that. How are we doing on food? We got 500. Once we get this built, what does this need? Gears, metal, planks. Planks is a problem because right now we're using a buttload of planks over here on trying to save the Middle Earth of the beavers, because that's also something that's important. Mainly what I want to do is if I can block off this area, I'm okay with this being destroyed because then we can force, like I said, this stuff out of the way. Because I'm pretty sure that goes down into like some sort of ravine. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, it flows. I'm assuming this supplies it. That's what I'm assuming. Oh, are we collecting bad water? We are collecting bad sludge now. Look at us go. Alright, bad sludge it is. Oh, we can't destroy that one now. Ooh, 3 days. Can we do it? I don't say we can, but who am I? It'll be interesting to see what happens. Because if these pillars stay up and stay active, then at least then we can come down here and block this off, because I'm totally on par with that. So let's actually do this. Obviously, we're about to see what exactly happens when you send your beavers down there to build, because right now, obviously, we're building and we're running very short on the amount of days that we have. Ooh boy. Yeah, you guys can sleep when you're dead. And we're definitely going to have sick beavers after this. Like, that is definitely going to be a real thing that happens. We have more than enough logs. We should just be like hightailing it in here. I mean, one day, I don't think I have a whole lot of extra stuff being built at this current point in time. Oh man, there's gonna be a tight one. The race is on, gents. The race is on. I'm assuming it's going to blow up wood. That's only natural. Point 3 days, was that 6 hours? Three hours. Alright, get out of there. Alright. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to come down here and we are going to attempt to fix certain problems that we just had. And then I want to actually get a better visual of this. And we're going to lock that up. Hopefully this works out the way I want it to. Go one more up. No, it did not work out the way I wanted it to. Alright, how do we do this? How do we do this? Yes. I would say the best course of action would be to Alright, let's see where this gets us. I know that they're able to actually reach a little bit of a weird distance, but I don't think that that is reachable, and that just kind of sucks. So I prioritize all of this junk. Go back up. Bing, bing, bing. And let's get that going. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it. Oh, sweet. This might be our saving grace. We're going to get this dried up. We can go to 18-hour days for the current time being, but alright, so yeah, we're gonna have beavers that run well. Centrifuge. That's an awful lot. Yeah, there's just some things that we're not ready for. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. When I get this built, once this drought starts, we are going to go into full like 24-hour mode. I don't care if it's like 8 days or whatever. We're going to get these beavers to a point of actually whatever protecting this area. Because if we can protect this area and get this blocked off, even with how jacked up this is going to make us, we can then go in and be better, because one of the next ones that's going to blow up is this one. And then obviously that creates a problem, but if we block this off, then the problem's averted. See how we're doing that? Alright, great. Fantastic, wonderful. I'm glad we're all on the same page. That being said, we need to probably risk a few biscuits here and there, in all honesty. Sucks, but sometimes the truth hurts. Yeah. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? Blah, blah, blah. Good news is most of this is already done. So you need to be built, you just need 12 logs. I can live with that. I mean, for the most part, we're almost down there. Alright, we got 5 days, pause. 24 hours, get that going. And let's get to it. Hopefully that drains all the way out, but if it doesn't, it is what it is. Beavers die, it happens, it's sad, it is like the ultimate sacrifice, but someone's got to make it, and it looks like these beavers are going to be the ones to do it. Go up one. Might as well make you all red. And actually make you green. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Alright, so we're going to dig into that. That'll be fine. Gotta fix that one. Oh great, that'll be built, and then we can watch this water go away and then figure out how to fill that up. We should be all the way over here by now. We are. That's fantastic. We'll wait for this guy to explode, and then storage. I'm gonna put 2 of these over here. We're gonna do logs, and then we're gonna do planks. And hopefully that'll be enough to actually do what we need to get done over there. Because that would be a pity if that didn't take place. Alright, so we got 7 unsick beavers. It happens. They're sacrificed, what is noted. Very courageous people. Individuals that had to gave their life for the greater good. And the greater good being, well, we need this area to be blocked off. I'm actually gonna come in here, path this out. And we have, yes. Now, what's interesting is that if this other one blows up, then we could have good water expunge itself from here, which would then open up a whole cascade of new and wonderful ideas for us. Alright, so this is the hole. So if this is where the stuff's coming out of... Interesting. Alright, I know you guys are tired. I know you guys are tired. I get it. I'm feeling your pain, but I need you guys to move. You've had 5 days of working 24 hours straight. Like, come on. Help a person out here. We have the beaver power. I want this. Yes. There's 4 of you in there, and there's 4 of you in there. Great. Fantastic. Come on. You got 1 day. Come on, work with me, man. Work with me. Oh, man. This game's stressing me out. One log, 4 planks. 1 log, 4 planks. Okay, now I just need a builder to build it. And then we need 12 logs. Come on, man. I don't have time for your BS right now. There's more beavers getting sick. This is on your head. Alright. 30 minutes in beaver time. I will give you guys a break. Hopefully it takes a minute for it to actually activate. Oh, we got 1 more, man. Come on, keep it coming, keep it coming, keep that beaver power coming, man. And then we're gonna rest. You're almost there. You're almost there. Seriously. Alright, 18-hour work days. Here we come. Everybody get a drink. unstable core. Alright, high priority, all of this. We need to make sure that we get this going so then we're able to, yeah, get that going. Alright, contaminated beavers, 5. And, kind of build that, but basically it's going to give us a giant hole over there. Have all the beavers pumping. This will eventually go down, which is fantastic. I love that. Saved our little beaver cove again. Yeah, this game definitely forces you to expunge. I really want you guys to help me out over here. I don't need a whole lot, I just need enough to move it from point A to point B. That's what I need. We got, like I said, we can't do anything until this kind of blows up, and then once it blows up, then we'll deal with whatever ramifications come from that, but this one isn't necessarily the worst one. Put a damn piece there. And we'll fix all of this in a second. Holy cow, I didn't realize that this was like this far away. Thank you. Get that going. Alright. So we this is gonna take a minute. Wonder if it'd be beneficial to put pumpers in and just get that going. We haven't even cut down these trees yet. And I know what you guys have said about, I got 12 of these beavers that are sick and they're not doing anything, and I get that, but I mean, those 12 at least, I'm the one that made them sick, so kind of have to take a little bit of a responsibility for that one and just take that on the chin. Alright, prioritizing that. I want blank so that when this goes belly up, at least I can build what I need to build. What else is there to do? Oh, corn rations. I will make this, where is it? Corn rations. Because in all honesty, as long as I'm having this going, oh, I need a place to put storage. Canola oil. What if we did that? Would that work? I'm gonna pause you for the time being, but I'm curious, would that work? Let you play. Yeah, I'm really happy about this build. In all honesty, if I have to like, if I am saying something, that build I am specifically exceedingly happy with, because not only does this protect our future, but this like, it protects the water area. Obviously beavers are going to get sick because they're going down there. I don't know why, but they are. But it protects this source, and then now reaching way over here, this is going to help protect this source, and we're kind of getting already slightly prepared to deal with this, whatever problem comes up from that. And then, like I said, eventually we're going to move into this area, because at this point we have nothing bad happening here. I mean, at this point we could build a wall. Just have that thing flow right here. I mean, that's not a bad idea. I mean, we're not doing anything right now, so we might as well. That's two, so one here. And then we can come down like that. And then we're also going to have to come down one like this. Massive build here. And figure out how exactly I want to do this. I do need some way to divide the good water and bad water and all that other stuff, so this is going to be my way of doing that. And then obviously I don't think that this would cause too much of a problem, but then coming over here, probably getting rid of all these birch trees, and then because I would need this to go up one level, and then basically go around this and then have it flow through here. think that'll work. Here's to hoping. But yeah, those corn rations, especially when this thing gets going, we are going to be really, really good. Uh, 13, we got sick. We got more sick beavers. Eventually, we are going to start an extract building machine. How many days? We got 1.4 days. So, nothing really too strenuous happening at this current point in time. I wish maybe there's a little bit more excitement going on. I'm basically focusing on trees and getting all of that stuff situated. We are making oil, so we are starting to use a little bit of canola oil. I don't really know what we're going to use the rest of that for in the near future, but I mean, we'll figure something out, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna pause this real quick, use the bathroom, and I will be right back. Gotta stretch my legs too, so be right back.
Yeah, I'm done deceiving with my life, 'cause I can't forget those tears you cried to me. You cried to me. Guess you made me feel and I hate it. Admit you made it hard to fake it. Yeah, you broke down at my knees and I thought it won't escape me. No, no, no. I'm scared of going under when you piece it all together. Impossible to watch you frown, so I'll go down. You made me face my problems and keeping myself open to you, and I'm sorry. I'm scared of going under when you piece it all together. Impossible to watch you frown, so I'll go down. I'm scared of going under when you piece it all together. Impossible to watch you frown, so I'll go down. They said that you can't have it all, that I'ma go and lose it all, but they don't know what's right for me. They've already made the calls, waiting for me to fall, but giving up ain't right for me. I guess I'm flying alone, ain't nobody keep me down, I'm going for another round. I don't need the tone, I'm gonna make this work for me. I won't leave myself out in the cold, I'll make it just fine on my own. I've never been one to fit in the mold, I won't give it a fold. Oh, always get it right, and giving up without a fight, even though I messed up the grid. Some days I can see the light, and then I feel I'll be alright. Count out another bit. I know I'm in this alone, but I'm still picking up the phone and giving out another loan. It's not how I'm meant to be. It's time I sacrificed for me. I won't leave myself out in the cold. I'll make it just fine on my own. I've never been one to fit in the mold. I won't give it and fold. Oh, they say you can have it all, but I'ma go and get it all. That's just how it works for me. Won't give it and fold. I won't leave myself out in the cold. I'll make it just fine on my own. I've never been one to fit in the mold. I won't give it and fold. Oh,
Caught her looking through my window, got my without.
Alright. We are back and we are moving. So. Holy cow. We have 17 contaminated beavers. That is a problem and a half. We are back at it again, having more problems than we know what to do with. But that one right there is not one of them, so plus signs to those. Alright, I would say it's in our best interest to start finding some other metal sources. That isn't a mine. This being one of them. I want to see if we can actually play this. Yes, it does look like we would be able to play this and they'd be able to collect that food source. And then we just gotta wait for this to dissipate, which shouldn't take too long. Obviously it's going to take a little bit of time to get this kind of set up. What we are going to do is I'm going to get rid of all these dead berries. Just so, one, we're not dealing with those. And then, so those need to get destroyed. And then path this out. Let's get a couple of log people. And we can harvest this. Obviously it's not connected to a path, I get that, but that's not the top priority at this current point in time. And then I also want those destroyed. Where is it? Something like this. something like that, and then we will kind of worm our way over like that. Might as well put these anywhere I can for the time being, just so that when the time does come, we are ready for what needs to be done. Because I'm going to have to add another layer to this one, and obviously that's going to be a problem and a half. Oh. Let's play all of you, just so we have water coming in. And then... Alright. I totally forgot that this blew up. Alright, so... I want to put a path there just so I can see. Alright. So here's what I'm thinking. If I can zoom in on this. Where is it? I think that just made that bigger. So, why don't we do this? That doesn't work. We need it to be right there. Oh, wait a minute. I'm so dumb. We don't need any of this junk. And then we can come in sluices. Delete this path and then sluice that up. There we go. Alright, so we don't need any planks, we just need metal. Wish I thought about that earlier. Alright, but the metal's right here, so it's easily obtainable. And then we already have this kind of set up. We need to get, obviously at this current point in time, we're probably in a worse way than when we actually started this video. Being perfectly honest, we have more sick beavers than we know what to do with. But we are doing... Alright, a drought is approaching. How much water? Okay, we have 1K water. It's not too terribly bad. Alright, automatic. Yep, there we go. And then we have that, so then that will be closed. Which means... Sorry, I do apologize for all that. This should start being effective. once again. Maybe. Alright, so we blocked this off. This is lightly going now. This should start to fill up. And then everything wins. And there we go. Problem averted. We are... Yep. That's how you problem solve in this game. That's how you do it right there. And this will open lightly for a little bit to just kind of add water there, which will keep all that green, and then we'll be able to start growing stuff down that way. We're just going to need to get a few housing over here. Probably also do the same thing, and except for we're going to do this and then just cut all this down like that. And then I am going to hook this path up just so that is hooked up, and then we will deal with that in a minute. Alright, good deal, good deal, good deal. Whoa. Alright. That's much better. Alright, we should be able to use the logs from this. Alright, real quick. That's not what I want to do. That, and then... oh, the drought started. Hold on, path this out and do it that way. And then I gotta figure out what I want to do here, which would probably end up being one of these. Something like that. And then we'll have to move these guys eventually to reach all of this, but as long as this gets cleared, then we should be in a good spot. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my daughter's having a heated conversation with her mom, and it's kind of funny. Alright, so we'll get that going. I'll play that. Oop, I want to pause. How much water do we have? I'm gonna pause these guys. If I have to, I'll turn these guys on just so we can drink from there. But it shouldn't necessarily come to that. Blueberries are looking fine. We haven't started using any of our water yet. I don't think I necessarily want to build Alright, yes, what I was talking about. So how much power is this being? Alright, so we're needing a little bit extra to run this. Obviously we're in a drought, so that's kind of difficult. But what I'm getting at to some degree is if we need more of these. We need more engines. And this is the only... Holy cow, that's a lot of metal down there. That's kind of far away. Okay, what I'm getting at is we need TNT. We need to start making it, we need to start producing it, we need to... all that fun jazz. But I need a place to put... said... Did we leave that open? We did. But that doesn't fit there. And put it right here. And then... okay, forgive me because this is going to look a little crude, but guess what? It works. It'll be functioning and life will go on. And then what we can do okay, I'm thinking. Alright, so if we put space like that, and then go to power, can do that, and then we can set up an engine. Like this. Okay, so we're going to build hopefully all of that. I'm actually going to put this at a higher priority than this, because I want this to get built. Anyway, so we'll build that. We'll put the engine here. We'll put a little bit of a water tank and a log storage thing over here, so we don't have to worry about anything of that nature. Do we have any bad things happening? Oh, put logs there. That way when we get two little beavers over here, they can do that. Just like we got all the beavers. Sweet, we got this whole thing mowed down. Come on. There we go. Let's get path thing over here so we can do what we need to do there. And then the last bit will be pathing this part up. But like I said, all this stuff works. We'll be able to block this up and then move it through here and down into said ravine. Alright, so my idea here is basically keep it simple. I just want a line. And then there you go. So, massive project. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the middleman. So we can do, I can have the eyeballs that I need to do this. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so we can actually do what needs to be done. I want to pause this so I don't miss out on the chance to actually get good drinking water. And everywhere should be able to be touched in some form of fashion. Alright. Play, and play. Oh, we only have 210 water. For the time being, we're going to play U3 and pause U3. Good news in the neighborhood. Alright, start collecting logs down here. Rotate that sucker. Excuse me. I'm gonna let that build up real quick. Dang. Nothing like your seat calling you fat. Let's see where we're at. Alright, we'll have a slight hiccup in this, but we will be able to bounce back pretty quickly. Alright, what we should do we'll have to fix that because this water, where does this go? Okay, it gets supplied from here. That's a blockage. That's a good water source right there. And that's a bad one. Do these beavers have any? We do. Thank you. Yeah. Alright, we could... If we put all that right there, that'd be exceedingly difficult. I would say that. And I don't think that there's a way to fully block this off unless we went down there. I'm just curious, how many of these would it take? Well, it wouldn't take that many. Yes. Perfectly flat. And then we go to these. Thank you. So if we did it this way, obviously our beavers can't get out there, so we don't have to worry about that. But if we did it this way, then that water stays inside. Alright, you can't touch that. No, ma'am. Then don't touch it. And that should work effectively. No, man. Yeah. Yep. Oh, let's pause these guys so we can actually get the ones that can do work. Oh, man. Alright, that should work the way we need it to. Alright, so we have these guys. Hi. Alright, so we have all these guys going. They're pumping. That should help, hopefully, fill up the water that we have. Sorry, I got distracted. We'll build this up eventually. We're still working on this. Obviously, I need to connect these pieces here before we fully go. We'll keep 20 in there. We'll keep, what is it? Let's go 8. That's close to the top. Alright, so we can pause both of you. Delete, yes. Delete that. And then we can come with this. Oh, this one. Yes, delete those, yes. And then what we're going to do is then set this up. Like that. And I want all of these back pieces to have the highest priority because I don't want beavers on the other side of that. Or having to build stupid extra whatever to get that going. So yeah. I want to get this back line set up, and then once the back line's set up, then we'll have the front line, and then the front line I don't necessarily have to worry about. Hopefully I can reach all of that. And then we are going to undertake this massive amount of build. Then after that. And then we should then be able to funnel water into here, and then everybody will be happy. And then if we need to, we can then delete this part and put like a whatchamacallit, a floodgate in there, a dam piece right there in the middle. Then that would help alleviate all this pressure. First it'd get it to like, you know, 90%, and then yeah, and then we can move our beavers in right here. I agree with that. I mean, you know what, why not? My only issue is I have problems keeping this area waterlogged. But that being said, you asked nicely, why not? Hold on. I gotta figure out which forester will actually reach this. Oh, we pat this out perfectly. Great. I love when a future plan comes together so well. How are you doing, 18K? Alright, so we'll build this up, and then where's the forester? We'll come in and we'll put that there. I don't know if that'll be enough, but it'll be like I said, my only issue with the main grove is I don't keep enough water in there, and it takes 20 days just to get 4 food. So we're kind of working on some problem areas here. If I played you, you would be able to get all that. This is built. I am glad to hear that. I cannot complain. We had a Friendsgiving today. That was super enjoyable. Interesting, but enjoyable. We have this going over here. Probably at some point need to just go ahead and build this. Hey, we are finally in a positive trend. That is fantastic. Oh, yes, we have the second unstable whatever core, the basic not the food processor, the one that supplies us right here. But we got sick beavers and we blocked this part up. So actually I think because of this drought we will be perfect. We do need more water. So I don't know how well this is going to affect it because we're going to lose, yeah, the bomb. Yep, it is way down there. But like I said, there might be a little residual stuff in here, but we first bomb that blew up, we ended up blocking this off, so now none of the bad water flows in. But we might be able to, depending on how these mechanics work, we might be able to actually fill this up with good water, which is right here, and have that flow out. Obviously I'm trying to build this up. I don't know how well this goes, but I'm trying to build this up so then we send water over here get this going. I can then fill this up. Either I can choose to fill it up and have it as like some sort of reservoir type thing going on, but I'd rather use this and then start thinking about growing stuff. Moving a lot of this stuff over here. We got that going, so let's put this up a little bit higher. Anyway, then we're going to start working on TNT, which is going to be fabulous. I'm going to get some storage going for this. And I put the wrong storage in. Excellent job. Alright. Get rid of that storage, these ones. TNT. Where is the TNT? Alright, so then we'll get the TNT going. Give this guy a reason to actually have a job, because right now he does not have a whole lot of reasons for working. Play him. We got one distributioner. Yeah, if we can get this set up, we're definitely going to go max craziness on food. Soybeans, canola, corn, eggplant, and then if we can get that going, then we are no longer going to have food problems, which I mean is kind of the whole point of the building. But yeah, massive tree exodus over here. And I don't... Oh, we won't have it. That's kind of one of the things I'm enjoying about this update, is that if you... Unstable cores will jack your stuff up so that droughts and other things do not affect you, which I quite enjoy. Alright, either way, we don't need those. I need some over here. That blew up, so I do want to see if it will have the good tide enough to come up through here. I don't think it will. I mean, actually it might. This one's lower, but it's a possibility. We might get it. Cheers to that. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but it kind of... How big of a hole is this one? That's a big hole. Just because that would be worth it. Yeah, if this works, that will totally be worth it. One, to get rid of all the bad water, and then two, we could actually then maybe break one of these walls down. Of course it is. Break one of those walls down, and then we're not doing a very good job on getting that going. And then here's the second problem with growing the mangrove fruit down here, is when this comes in, then obviously that presents the next challenges. But might not need this full row of 2s, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just so. I mean, I might be able to hoard water in here for a little bit. It wouldn't be much, but yeah, it wouldn't be much, but I could hoard water in this little narrow gap. I don't know what for, especially with having all this be water. But yeah, so if I can figure out a way to divert the, I guess, bad tide. Wait a minute. I'm assuming these are 1 block bricks. Yes. But I think that would affect. Yeah, see, here's the problem with the sluices. I was thinking maybe I could put like sluices here, and then that would definitely protect all the good water. The only problem is when I'd build that, it'd only allow a max of 1 water through. That's not where the water comes from. It comes from here. Only there was a way to divert it. That would be beneficial. Alright, so this doesn't come up as high as we had want it to. I'd probably use it as like a water pump, maybe. I'm also needing. Well, I need like one. I want to get TNT to start bombing this, so that when this blows up, I can then put, yeah. So TNT is going to start becoming more vital to us. How are we doing on this? Oh, that's not too bad. Let's high prioritize all of this. That will get that going. Oh, where was the power? Build that there, then we can come in across and then attach that as needed. But yeah, so we'll be able to pump water here for why does the water look that way? There we go. Open that up. And then if we wanted to, there you go. And then that will never open, forcing all this water out this way, hopefully, theoretically. Alright, let's high prioritize this, get this building going, because now I'm kind of curious to see if this will actually work. instead of focusing down here, because I think just having this be 1 will be good enough, especially when it rolls into this, and then we can work on that as we build, because we have access to it. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, and we have 3 extra beavers. Let's do what we need to do there. Yep, I think that'll work. I do need to figure out, we do need to probably get down here and start kind of exploring this area to get metal going. We can also probably put in the big power wheels. Like that, which would give us a whole mess of energy. And then we can start doing some stuff over here. But yeah, I want to get over here so I can then block this off and kind of divert it around here. So when these go boom, I don't have to worry about it. Because we're at a point where I don't know what's going to happen next. We are very much in the new segment of this game. This is as far as we got last time. So you see the difference. We have more, and we're able to live and thrive at this current point in time. We got a couple of walls set up to kind of divert this. We are working on... Oh, that's why you can't do it, because there isn't a pathway there. Alright, so they should be starting to build this. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave it here, wind it down. This will be my last live stream until December. Going on vacation, whatnot, and so obviously won't be able to live stream. So I will virtually see you guys on after Thanksgiving. So I think December 9th will be the next time that I'm able to live stream, and we'll pick this back up. But yeah, I'm going to go do attempt number 2 to put my kid to sleep, and yeah, but there's a video dropping tomorrow, so check that out if you like. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, and that was my remote. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys later, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and all that fun jazz.
I think she wanna ride it though, just for the clout. So go put on a show, cause I can't keep my flow when I'm putting in the miles on the clock. I wanna see her twerk on the top. She looking so nice where I just wanna hold her hand. Latina beauty, baby, help me understand. She is looking so fun. Wanna make this little body mine. Wanna take her out on my dime, cause she's 10 out of 10 and I think that I'm gonna sin tonight. She caught that shit, baby, just my type. We ain't turning off the lights. Sexy. Pull up in my Rari, it be drawing all the god chicks. Singing with a friend, she the only one that got it. Hit the gas, get wet on the way. With the wind blowing, make her wanna stay. Bitches don't care about your speed when it's Italian. Long as I'm dripping and we roll up in a stallion. Burning out with a 10, speeding quick through the city. Got her hair in the wind, yeah, she looking so pretty. She is looking so fun. Wanna make this little body mine. Wanna take her out on my dime, cause she's 10 out of 10 and I think that I'm gonna sin tonight. She caught that shit, baby, just my type. We ain't turning off the lights. see. She's looking so good. Gonna get her out of the hood. Got her on top of my hood. I got her laying on the table with an appetite. She told me she wanna ride it like it's a motorbike. She's looking so fine. Wanna make this little body mine. Wanna take her out on my dime. Cause she's 10 out of 10 and I like her that I'm gonna sin tonight. She got that shape, baby, just my type. Me turning off the light.